Thank you, Madam Postmaster, fellow Postmaster, and welcome guests, and our new member, Stephanie. Earlier this year, I shared with everyone my hobby of running and how I continue to revisit it and embrace it as a new resident in Monterey. And today I'm going to enlighten you with the brain benefits running has to offer. But before we get started, let me see a show of hands for those of you who have noticed how sharp-minded and clear-headed you feel after taking a brisk walk or a run. So quite a few of you. Now raise your hand if you went for a run this morning or a walk. Okay, a little fewer hands. Well, that sensation isn't just in your head. So here we have 5 ways running boosts brain power. Beginning with number 1, running helps your brain grow, and I don't mean bursting out of your skull. According to Runner's World magazine, running helps stimulate the creation of new nerve cells and blood vessels within the brain, which is an organ that tends to shrink as we get older, as we age. In addition to that, it's also believed that running increases the volume of the midbrain, which is what controls our vision and hearing, as well as the hippocampus, which is the critical part of our brain for learning and memory. 2, running helps your brain age better. In addition to that age-related shrinkage, running affects brain chemicals in a way that sets runners up to have healthier than average brains later on in life. Additionally, running is also believed to reverse hippocampal shrinkage, which ultimately boosts memory in older adults. Number 3, running boosts our ability to learn and recall information. A study in 2012 that tested moderately fit people in memory tests proved that those fit people performed better than those who were less fit or not fit at all. This also adds to earlier research that proves running helps with focus, multitasking, and making distinctions. I also went for a walk this morning instead of a run, so I'm just working on my recall here. Additionally, the hippocampus is very active during running, and so as those neurons fire up and rev up, researchers believe that the hippocampus helps produce cognitive function. And that's why our cognitive function improves. Okay. Number 4, running conditions our brains to store more fuel. So we all know that training conditions our muscles to store more fuel, and our brains adapt the same way. Our brain uses glycogen as a source of energy, and as a result, running actually helps the brain store more glycogen as we run further, and as a result, these larger glycogen stores are what researchers believe helps boost cognitive function. So actually, as a result, it helps us store more fuel for the brain. Finally, running, especially in nature, helps keep the brain full of feel-good chemicals. We all know that exercise promotes the release of those feel-good chemicals called what?
Endorphins.
Endorphins. And for those of you who might not be able to make out that caption, it says, exercise gives you endorphins, endorphins make you happy. As a result, it's recommended to run in quieter places like a park, or if you're in Monterey, a beach trail. I recommend the Monterey Bay Rec Trail, which I frequent often. And similar to many antidepressant medications, our brains help us hold on to those mood-boosting neurotransmitters. On the flip side, if you're running in high traffic areas or heavily polluted areas, it only garners more frustration, which to me is a no-brainer. So that concludes the 5 ways running boosts our brain power, but I would like to leave you with a fun fact, and this is something that I did for myself yesterday. If you pay a visit to Fleet Feet downtown, which is on Alvarado Street, and you need new insoles, for example, if you're not wanting to invest in newer sneakers at the time, and you need new insoles for heel pain, such as myself, or foot discomfort, they will actually take a 3D scan of your foot so they can get a better idea of what your arches look like. The whole process takes about 5 to 10 minutes, and they'll give you a few insoles to try out for your feet, and cut the insole out of the sneaker. So I highly recommend it. I just went yesterday to do some research for my speech, and I have new insoles in my tennis shoes. So Feel free to take a look at them when you're done. I'd be happy to show you. So just plug your nose. So that's what I recommend. It's called Fit ID, and I took a photo of it yesterday. So Fleet Feet Monterey. My work's cited for your reference. And in conclusion, I'd like to leave you with, if you do find yourself having a mental block or a writer's block while performing or presenting a speech, do yourself a favor and take a hike or a jog, and you might find that you can pull yourself out of that funk. Thank you.